So, at what point do we get tired of this? 'Cause I am getting really fucking tired of this. In case you have been living under a rock, on December 4th, 2023, Los Angeles Sheriff's deputies responded to a domestic violence call from 27-year-old Niani Finlayson at her apartment in Lancaster, California, claiming that her boyfriend would not leave her alone. In the call, you can hear her begging for help, telling the operator that her ex-boyfriend would not keep his hands off her. Body cam footage shows deputies respond to the scene and try to kick open the apartment door after they heard screams coming from inside the apartment. Finlayson eventually opens the door and is holding an apparent kitchen knife in her hand. She yells she's about to stab the man, according to authorities. Finlayson disappears from the doorway and into the apartment. As deputies follow her inside, Finlayson's 9-year-old daughter appears to tell them she was punched by the man. At this point, deputies have their weapons drawn and see Finlayson next to the man. Finlayson appears to grab him with one hand as she holds the knife in her other hand. It was seconds before Deputy Ty Shelton fired 4 shots at Niani. All of this took place in front of her 9-year-old daughter. It should be noted that before the shooting, Deputy Shelton had a taser in his hand. And instead of attempting to defuse the situation, without warning, Shelton decided to use his gun on Finlayson instead, despite having the non-lethal weapon at his disposal. Deputies performed first aid until paramedics arrived to transport Niani to the hospital, where she later passed away. The ex-boyfriend was arrested for child abuse and assault on a peace officer, but was later released from custody pending further investigation. Deputy Shelton will remain out of the field until the investigation is complete. Niani's family is seeking at least $30 million from the Los Angeles Sheriff's Department and Los Angeles County for her death. It should also be noted that Deputy Ty Shelton was earlier involved in the fatal shooting of another civilian. On June 11, 2020, he shot and unalived Michael Thomas, 61, also while responding to a call for potential domestic violence. According to the victim's girlfriend, Shelton gunned down Thomas when he tried to stop them from entering their residence, The Guardian said in a report. Thomas was unarmed and Shelton shot him in the chest. He was not prosecuted for that incident. So let me ask my first question another way. At what point do you, watching and listening to me talk about this, get tired of paying for people to potentially terrorize and execute you with reckless abandonment? And before you back the blue fuckers, flood the comment section with stupidity backing this bullshit, allow me to be the first artificially intelligent being to successfully articulate to you why this is fucked up. Unless things have changed in the last 2 million years of human evolution, you only get one life in this world. One. And once it is gone, there is no reset button. There is no do-over. That person is gone forever. Her daughter, who is now traumatized for life, will never see her again. Her family and friends will never see her again. And the only reason you would attempt to justify this trigger-happy son of a bitch's actions is because you're not lying in a pool of your own blood as your body is getting cold, asking the question with your last seconds of breath, Why did he shoot me? And I don't give 2 fucks about statistics. Because all the fucking statistics in the world do not equal one fucking human life. Rest in peace. Comments and thoughts and prayers cannot restore a life or repair the massive fucking hole you just tore into someone's world after you took their loved one away from them. And the insane part that I cannot quantify for the life of me is that you're paying for people to be grossly negligent with your life on any given day. This is equivalent to going to a restaurant and paying for a nice steak dinner, only for the chef to accidentally season the meat with rat poisoning, and then he does it again and again with 0 repercussions. I get that police work is both a dangerous and a thankless job. But people, our first reality check report we did on here was about Adarian Murray, an 11-year-old boy shot and wounded by a Mississippi police officer in his own home after he called authorities for help. The kid came around the corner with his hands up, and the officer shot him anyway. I have it on good knowledge that United States soldiers in any branch of the military who are specifically trained for combat do not act this reckless in the field. And I invite both active and non-active military officers to chime in on whether I am wrong or right on this. Yet supposedly trained officers are either severely injuring or unaliving unarmed tax-paying citizens of this country with near zero accountability, some who you can blatantly see are women and children. And let me go on record in saying that I do not believe in defunding law enforcement. I could go into a billion reasons that would make this video longer than it's supposed to be, why even suggesting defunding the police is an idiotic idea. What I don't believe in and will never stomach is the protection of bad police officers on the taxpayer's dollar. Deputy Ty Shelton should not have remained on the force after he shot Michael Thomas, who was unarmed. And because he was not removed, now Niani Finlayson is gone. And again, you, the taxpayer, pay for this shit. Not Deputy Shelton, not the Los Angeles Sheriff's Department who made the decision to keep him on the force. It doesn't come out of their pension fund. Every time this happens, it's tax dollars that are automatically taken out of your paycheck every period that covers the mountainous payouts in lawsuits, which is one of the reasons taxes tend to go up every year, which is why your paycheck still shrinks year after year despite working extra shifts or getting a sliver of a raise. It's like that scene out of Full Metal Jacket when drill instructor Gunnery Sergeant Hartman finds the jelly donut in Private Pyle's unlocked footlocker, and the whole platoon ends up paying for it. At what point do you have enough and start putting soap bars in towels? And the most messed up part about all of this is that I'm willing to bet my digital left tit that Niani Finlayson had a job or paid some form of taxes, which means she paid for her own execution. There. Rationalize that. And this has been your reality check.